Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. There are a few things in life that are certain. One of those is death, one of those is taxes, and one of those is Vol Twitter having a strong opinion on anything and everything. Well, what is the latest buzz? Woke up this morning to a few notifications saying, Boogie, what are your thoughts? Is it Nike? Is it Adidas? If you're unaware, Tennessee's apparel deal with Nike is expiring, and there is a lot of buzz out there about them going back to Adidas. They were with Adidas through 2014. That's when they made the jump to Nike. And there's a few different ways you can look at this, right? First, fan apparel. Like, what would you prefer, Adidas or Nike? Also, the uniforms on the field. If you go back, if you remember the Lane Kiffin dark mode uniforms, the black jerseys, the first time they ever wore black jerseys, that was Adidas, and that was a train wreck. You move ahead, you look at smoky gray with Butch Jones. I thought the Adidas smoky grays were okay. I think the Nike smoky grays are elite. I think the Nike dark mode is elite. You guys know I'm a Nike snob. We sell Talkin VAWLS merch with the Nike logo on it. That branding was huge for our merchandise. I am a Nike guy, but then there's also another place that we have to look at it, and that comes from the place of money. Is it financially beneficial? Would you sell your soul to the devil if it meant you had to wear Adidas? Let's take a look at Vol Twitter, what they're saying. Chad Fields, known as the uniform guy. This guy rolls out all kinds of alternate uniforms like what he does on social media. So some of y'all have forgotten the mismatch yellow, not Vols orange slop. Adidas put the Vols in, and it shows. Never go back to that crap. We can take a look at some of the uniforms that he has pulled up here. This tweet comes because G-Man Vol put this out there. Just curious what the opinion is here. If Tennessee has to sign a new apparel contract, Nike or Adidas. You can see it is very, very heavily Nike. 83.3% of the vote, 9.7% for Adidas, and 7% just don't care. What do you guys think? Are you team Nike? Are you team Adidas? Put it in the comment section below. Al Wilson, this is a troll account, says Vol Twitter, it's time to we make another Shiano stand. This time we fight against Adidas. We don't want that BS. Tags Danny White. Austin Brown says, if Adidas gives Nike the Miami treatment, then I might be down. I don't know. If Tennessee goes Adidas, the ball shop will lose money, hand over fist. I agree with this. But again, I'm a Nike guy. I played Nike golf balls. I played Nike golf clubs. Tiger Woods putting that Nike brand on the golf platform made me a Nike fan. However, that doesn't exist anymore. But I digress. Ball scoops. I don't care how many zeros is in the offer from Adidas. It's simply not enough. Nike or Jumpman are the only two logical answers. Ball boy, I'm absolutely disgusted. I will not buy Adidas. Ball Twitter about to pull a Shiano and stop the Adidas deal in its tracks. Now, again, death, taxes, and Ball Twitter having a strong opinion. Do you have an opinion on this? We're going to get into it. We're going to look at some of the details. Before we do that, I need you guys to do that YouTube stuff for me. Smash the thumbs up down there below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We're not journalists. We don't pretend to be that. What we are is exactly what you guys are. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Right now, we're live every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, playing EA Sports College Football, but we talk all things Vol football, so come hang out Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Also, you want to throw a little support our way, think about hitting that join button. It's right down there beside subscribe. You become a member of the channel, access to custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, access to fan call-in shows, all kinds of fun perks and benefits, but more importantly, you keep the lights on around here, and this show does not exist without your support. So let's roll over and take a look at this article from Fan Run Radio. Sources, UT Athletics mulling new apparel deal with Adidas. We roll on down here. Sources have indicated to Fan Run Sports that the likelihood of Tennessee Athletics moving its apparel rights from Nike to Adidas is high. The University of Tennessee and Adidas have already met about potential reunion, according to people familiar with the situation. Adidas feels good about how the meetings went. They're going hard after Tennessee, and landing the deal is currently their top priority. It is accurate to say at this point that Adidas has presented an offer. The company was UT's apparel partner pre-2015. Then the school agreed to a deal with Nike. Like, again, there's several different ways you can look at this. Fan apparel, uniforms on the field, but also money. We talk about recruiting. We always talk about dropping the bag. I've seen some rumors. I've seen some stuff circulating out there that Adidas would make Tennessee their flagship program. They would be at the top. They would be the priority. How big is this money deal? Is that what it boils down to you? Could you care less about merchandise? Could you care less about apparel? Could you care less about the uniforms on the field? Because you know the kids care about the uniforms, right? When Nico was being recruited, that's when the dark mode was a big deal. Every time these kids were coming in, they were doing the photo shoots. Now that's not a thing. Now you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do the photo shoots. A lot of people saying, I don't care. We got to stick to the traditional orange and white. We're not black. We're not gray. Kids like it, man. The uniforms matter to the kids. So do you roll with Nike, who, in my opinion, rolls out the best uniforms compared to Adidas? Or is it all about the money? Goes on to say the deal isn't done yet, though, as Nike still has a card to play known as the first right of refusal. Tennessee is required by contract to present any bona fide offer to Nike, in which Nike will have 15 business days to decide whether or not it wants to match. Tennessee's current deal with Nike, which was extended in 2017, will come to an end on June the 30th, 2026. UT was required, per the contract extension, to negotiate in good faith with Nike in terms of a renewal of the deal. Parties shall not be obligated to enter into an agreement they cannot settle on mutually satisfactory terms, the extension states. Per the extension, the parties had until December the 30th, 2024 to settle on terms. The fact that Tennessee has now met with Adidas would imply that UT and Nike were not initially able to come to an agreement. March 30th, 2025 is the exclusive negotiating end date with Nike. Thus, UT has been permitted just recently to negotiate with Adidas. Been quite a bit of smoke recently on message board and Ball X, clearly, about the potential reunion. It is rumored that Adidas has ponied up big to land UT, perhaps even doubling a previous offer from Nike for the rights to the Vols uniforms. Nike's original deal was with Tennessee wasn't great from the school's perspective, provided Tennessee with minimal compensation compared to other better deals that have been signed by SEC peers. So again, if you're getting a better deal, you're getting more finances from Adidas, do you make this move or do you not care? I'm curious where you guys are at on this. I got too much feedback, too much pushback, wanting my opinion. So I said I'm going to jump on and I'm going to talk about it first thing this morning. Goes on to say, again, it wasn't a great deal for Tennessee. According to the school's perspective, it provided UT minimal compensation, better deal than other SEC peers have signed. The amendment in 2017 improved it somewhat, providing UT with just over $1 million per year in base pay and an estimated annual value over $4 million in added product allotment. Here's some recent deals reported that were worked out with Adidas. And again, if Adidas is willing to make Tennessee the flagship program, Texas A&M 5 years, $47 million. Louisville 10 years for $160 million. Nebraska 11 years, $128 million. Washington 10 for $119 million. Miami 12 for $93.6 million. Nike is paying Ohio State $252 million over 15 years, which comes out to $16.8 million per year. Again, in a world where we say drop the bag, spend the money, pay the players, do you take the deal with Adidas if you're going to be the flagship program? Biggest deal on the table right there, 11 years, $128 million for Nebraska. If you top that, if you get a bigger deal than that, do you make that move? Says they're paying Texas, talking about Nike here, they're paying Texas close to the same amount as Ohio State, whereas Oregon is getting about $8 million per year. Understandably, Ohio State and Texas are bigger brands than Tennessee. But with the Vols being in the $5 to $5.5 million per year range in terms of total value, one might say Tennessee was getting ripped off. It is expected that decision between UT and Adidas could be made within the next 45 days, which would give the parties roughly a year to work on product development, whether folks like it or not. In the days of NIL, the best deal wins. I think that's where I'm at on this thing. Again, I'm a Nike guy. We sell Talkin VAWLS merch with the Nike logo on it. I played Nike golf balls as long as they were in existence. I like the Tennessee brand being associated with Nike. However, I'm not going to get my panties in a wad. I'm not going to throw a fit. I'm not going to go on Twitter and melt down if they make the move to Adidas, if it makes business sense, if it makes financial sense, if it's best for the program, then let's roll back to Adidas. What are your thoughts? Jump in the comment section. Let me know. Team Nike, Team Adidas, or Team I do not care. I just want to win football games. As always, smash a thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out that Talkin VAWLS Nike merch. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. That link is in the description below. You can also show that support by joining the channel. If you're on an iPhone, there is a link in the description as well to do that. But that is going to do it for this one. You guys asked my opinion, so I wanted to jump on and talk about it. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.